प्रणमामि गणनायकं वरदायकं प्रणमामि गणनायकं वरदायकं दीनम्रश्रितजन विघ्ननाशकं प्रणमामि गणनायकं वरदायकं दीनम्रश्रितजन विघ्ननाशकं प्रणमामि गणनायकम्.
Welcome to MotherMediaBhakti YouTube channel. My name is Preethasrinivasan. Om Shri Sai Ram. Today we all are going to recite the 9th chapter of the Sai Satcharitra. My very humble and koti pranams to your beautiful lotus feet, Sai Ram. In this chapter, Heymadpan has described about Baba's orders at the time of taking leave and mendicancy and its necessity, that is a status or a condition of begging, why the sannyasis go for begging, and some devotees' experiences and how Baba fed sumptuously. Sumptuously means luxuriously. The characteristics of Shirdi pilgrimage. One special peculiarity of Shirdi pilgrimage was that none could leave Shirdi without Baba's permission, and if he did, he invited troubles. But if anyone who was asked to quit Shirdi, he could stay there no longer, that is, he can't stay there. Baba gave certain suggestions or hints when devotees went to bid goodbye and take leave. These suggestions had to be followed, and if they were not followed or were departed from, some accidents were sure to befall them. We give below some examples, that is, few instances what happened to people who never followed his instructions. Tatya Kote Patil. Tatya Kote was once going in a tonga to Kopagon Bazaar. He came in haste to the masjid, saluted Baba and said that he would go to Kopagon Bazaar. Baba said, "Don't make haste, stop a little, forget the bazaar, don't go out of the village." On seeing his anxiousness to go, Baba asked him to take Shama, that is Madhavrao Deshpande, with him. Not minding this direction, Tatya Kote immediately drove off his tonga. He didn't listen to it. Of the 2 horses, one, which cost rupees 300, was very active and restless. After passing Sauli Vihar, it began to rush rashly, got a sprain in its waist and fell down. Tatya was not much hurt, but was reminded of Mother Sai's direction. On another occasion, while proceeding to Kolhar village, he disregarded Baba's direction and drove in a tonga, which met with a similar accident. And then European gentleman. I am going to tell his experience. One European gentleman of Mumbai once came to Shirdi with an introductory note from Nana Sahib Chandokar. And with some object in view, he was comfortably accommodated in a tent. He wanted to kneel before Baba and kiss his hand. Therefore, tries to step into the masjid, but Baba prevented him from doing so. He was asked to sit in the open courtyard below and take Baba's darshan from there. Not pleased with the reception he got, he wanted to leave Shirdi at once and came to bid goodbye. But Baba asked him to go to the Mumbai next day and not to hurry up. People also requested him to abide by Baba's instructions. Not listening to all this, he left Shirdi in a tonga. The horses ran all right, but when Sauli Vihar was passed, a bicycle came in front, on seeing which the horses were frightened and ran fast. The tonga turned topsy-turvy. Topsy-turvy means upside down, and the gentleman fell down and was dragged over some distance. He was immediately rescued, but had to go and lie in Kopagon Hospital for the treatment of his injuries. Such experiences were legion, and people learnt the lesson that those who disobeyed Baba's instructions met with accidents in one way or the other, and those who obeyed them were safe and happy. The necessity of mendicancy. Now, to return to the question of mendicancy, a question may arise in the minds of somewhat: if Baba was such a great personage, God manifest, why should he have to taken recourse to begging bowl throughout his life? This question may be considered and replied from two standpoints. Who are the people who have a right to live by begging the bowl? Our sastras say that those persons who, after getting rid of becoming free from the three main desires, that is progency, wealth, and accept sannyas, are the fit persons to live by begging alms. They cannot make cooking arrangements and dine at their home. Devotees, please listen to this, so we will know why they beg. That is not begging. That is a very religious way of taking the food simply, without any luxuries. The duties of feeding them is laid on the shoulders of householders. Sai Baba was neither a householder nor vanaprastha. He was a celibate sannyasi from boyhood. So his firm conviction was that the universe was his home. He was the Lord Vasudeva, the supporter of the universe, and the imperishable Brahma. So he had full right to take recourse to begging, that is, going and accepting the food of his lovable devotees. Now, from the standpoint of Panchasuna, that is 5 sins and their atonement, we all know that in order to prepare foodstuffs and meals, the householders have to go through 5 actions, that is, pounding, grinding, washing pots, sweeping and cleaning, and lighting the hearths. These processes involve destruction of a lot of small insects and creatures, and thus the householders incur sin. That is, we may kill some insect, when we are cooking, like that. In order to atone for his sins, our sastras prescribe 6 kinds of sacrifices: Brahma Yajna, and then Vedadhyayan, that is offerings to Brahman or a study of Vedas, and Pitri Yajna, offerings to the ancestors, Deva Yajna, offerings to the gods, Bhuta Yajna, that is offerings to the beings, and then Manushya Atiti Yajna, which is offerings to men or uninvited guests. If these sacrifices enjoyed by the sastras are duly performed, the purification of their minds is effected, and this helps to get knowledge and self-realization. Baba is going from house to house, reminded the inmates of their sacred duty, and fortunate were the people who got the lesson at their homes from Baba. Devotees' experiences. In this, Lord Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita, "Whosoever devotedly offers to me a leaf, a flower or a fruit or water of that pure-hearted man, I accept that pious offering." In the case of Sai Baba, if a devotee intended really to offer anything to Sai Baba, and if he afterwards forgot to offer the same, Baba reminded him, that is, he itself asked him or his friend about the offering, and made him to bring it to him, and then accepted it and blessed the devotee. How sweet our Baba is. A few instances are given below. Tarkat family, father and son. Mr. Ramachandra Atmaram, alias Baba Sahib Tarkat, formerly a Prarthana Samajist, was a staunch devotee of Sai Baba. His wife and son loved Baba equally, or perhaps more. It was once proposed that Master Tarkat should go with his mother to Shirdi and spend his summer vacation there. But the son was unwilling to go, as he thought that in case he left his home in Bandra, the worship of Sai Baba in the house would not be properly attended to, as his father, being a Prarthana Samajist, would not care to worship Sai Baba's picture. However, on his father's giving an assurance under oath means promise, that he would perform the worship exactly as his son was doing, the mother and the son left for Shirdi on a Friday night. Next day, that is Saturday, Mr. Tarkat got up early, took his bath, and before proceeding with the puja, prostrated himself before the shrine and said, "Baba, I am going to perform the puja exactly as my son has been doing, but please let it not be a formal drill." Saying so, he performed the puja and offered a few pieces of lump sugar Lump sugar means huge amount of sugar as naivedya, as an offering. The sugar was distributed at the time of lunch. That evening and next day Sunday, everything went on well. The following Monday was a working day and it also passed well. Mr. Tarkad, who had never performed puja like this in all his life, felt great confidence within himself that everything was passing on quite satisfactorily as per the promise given to the son. Next Tuesday, he performed the morning puja as usual and left for his work. Coming home at noon, he found that there was no prasad, that is sugar, to partake of. When the meal was served, he asked the servant cook, who told him that there was no offering made that morning and that he had completely forgotten to perform the part of the puja, offering naivedya. At this, he left his seat and prostrated himself before the shrine, expressed his regret, at the same time chiding Baba for the want of guidance in making the whole affair a matter of mere drill. Then he wrote a letter to his son, stating the facts and requested him to lay it at Baba's feet and ask his pardon for his neglect. This happened in Bandra at about Tuesday noon. At about the same time, when the noon aarti was about to commence in Shirdi, Baba said to Mrs. Tarkad, "Mother, I had been to your house in Bandra with a view to have something to eat. I found the door locked. I somehow got an entry and found to my regret that Bavu, that is Mr. Tarkad, had left nothing to eat for me. So I have returned with my hunger unappeased." The lady did not understand this, but the son, who was close, he understood the whole thing, that there was something wrong with the puja in Bandra, and he therefore requested Baba to permit him to go to home. Baba refused this, but allowed him to perform puja there. Then the son wrote a letter to his father stating all that took place at Shirdi and implored his father not to neglect the puja at home. Both these letters crossed each other and were delivered to the respective parties the next day. Is that not wonderful? Mrs. Tarkad herself, she offered 3 things: Bharat, that is roasted brinjal mixed with curds and spice; Kacharia, circular pieces of brinjal fried in ghee; and Peda, the sweet meatball. Let us see how Baba accepted these. Once, Mr. Raghuveer Bhaskar Purandara of Bandra, a great devotee of Baba, started for Shirdi with family. Mrs. Tarkad went to Mrs. Purandare and gave her 2 brinjals and requested her to prepare Bharat of 1 brinjal and Kacharia of the other. When she went to Shirdi and served Baba with them, after reaching Shirdi, Mrs. Purandare went with a dish of Bharat to the masjid. When Baba was just sitting for meals, Baba found the Bharat very tasty. So he distributed it to all and said that he wanted Kacharia now. A word was sent to Radha Krishna Mai that Baba wanted Kacharia. She was in a fix, as that was no season of brinjals. How to get brinjals was a question. When an enquiry was made as to who brought the Bharat, it was found that Mrs. Purandare was entrusted with the duty of serving Kacharia. Everybody then came to know the significance of Baba's enquiry regarding Kacharia and was wonderstruck at Baba's all-pervasive knowledge. In December 1915, once Govind Balram Mankar wanted to go to Shirdi to perform the obsequies of his father, that is ritual duties. Before he left, he came to see Mr. Tarkad. Then Mrs. Tarkad wanted to send something with him to Baba, Tarkad's wife. She searched the whole house but found nothing except a peda, which had already been offered as a naivedya, that is offering. The boy Govind was in mourning. Out of a great devotion to Baba, she went with the peda and gave him, hoping that Baba would accept and eat it. Govind went to Shirdi and saw Baba but forgot to take the peda with him. Baba simply waited. When again he went to Baba in the afternoon, he went empty-handed, without the peda. Baba could wait no longer and did ask him straight, "What did you bring for me?" "Nothing," was the reply. Baba asked him again. The same reply came forth again. Then Baba asked him the question, "Did not the mother, that is Mrs. Tarkad, give some sweet meat to you for me at the time of your starting?" The boy then remembered the whole thing. He felt abased, that is ashamed, asked Baba's pardon, ran to his lodge and brought the peda and gave it to Baba. As soon as Baba got it in his hand, he put it into his mouth and gulped it down. Thus the devotion of Mrs. Tarkad was recognized and accepted by Baba. As men believe in me, so do I accept them, was proved in this case. Baba fed sumptuously. Sumptuously means luxuriously. How? Once Mrs. Tarkad was staying in the certain house in Shirdi. At noon meals were ready and being served when a hungry dog turned up there and began to bark. Mrs. Tarkad got up at once and threw a piece of bread, which the dog gulped with great relish. In the afternoon, when she went to the masjid and sat at some distance, Sai Baba said to her, "Mother, you have fed me sumptuously. My famished pranas, that is life forces, have been satisfied. Ever act like this, and this will stand you in a good stead. Sitting in the masjid, I shall never speak untruth. Take pity on me like this. First, give me to the hungry and then eat yourself." Note this well. She couldn't understand Baba's words. "Baba, how could I feed you? I am myself dependent on others and take my food from them on payment." Then Baba replied, "Eating that lovely bread, I am heartily contented, and I am still belching. The dog, which you saw before meals, to which you have given the piece of bread, is one with me. So also other creatures like cats, pigs, flies, cows, etc. are the one with me. I am roaming in their forms. He who sees me in all these creatures is my beloved. So abandon this sense of duality and distinction and serve me as you did today." Drinking this nectar-like words, she was moved. Her eyes were brimmed with tears. Her throat was choked. Choked means she couldn't speak even a word. And her joy knew no bounds. So the moral of this chapter is, see God in all beings. Bow to Shri Sai, peace to be all. Again I want to share the nectar-like words by Baba. He who sees me in all these creatures are my beloved. Om Sai Namo Namaha, Shri Sai Namo Namaha, Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha, Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha. Om Shirdi Vasaya Vidmahe, Sachidanandaya Dhimahi, Tanno Baba Prachodayat. Om Shri Sai Ram. Thank you all, and please keep watching our Mother Media Bhakti channel and post your comments and feedbacks.